Yeah. Awesome.
And here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, action.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Redonkulouspodcast. I'm Jeff.
I'm James.
And I'm Annie.
Tonight, we're joined by a very special guest. Before that, this is the podcast when life gets tough, we get redonkulous.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Google Podcasts on Redonkulouspodcast. And follow us on Instagram. That's Redonkulouspodcast with no space. If you have any suggestions or comments, we would love to hear from you guys.
All right, so back to what I was saying. Tonight, we have a very special guest. We grew up together. This guy's a childhood friend of mine. We used to play handball together. And I came across his Facebook page recently, and I noticed that he's leading a very interesting life. And, you know, we talked for a bit, and I invited him onto the show. So we're very lucky to have him. Guys, say hello to Danny.
Welcome.
Hello, Danny.
What's up, guys? Good. I'm glad to be on the show. And yeah, kind of snowy Saturday, so it's good to be indoors and warm with you all.
First of all, thank you for coming on to the show. And secondly, you just came back from Asia. How was that?
Yeah, it was awesome. I traveled Asia for 4 weeks. I did Taipei, Seoul, Osaka, Tokyo, and then I went to Honolulu, and then
Wow.
just got back, still jet lagged, all over the place, and it's very interesting, you know, just leaving New York and then kind of readjusting into the pace of the city and you know, the craziness of it all.
You are also a event director for the Box in the city.
It's hard to describe a venue. We're a late night venue, so kind of like a rare underground like speakeasy club.
Oh wow! How'd you get into that scene?
You know, I've been dancing for about 13 years. So I found dancing in high school and joined gymnastics, took a couple hip hop classes, and kind of just fell in love with it. And I knew a performer that worked at this venue and kind of put me in touch, and I started working as a production assistant there. And that was 5 years ago, and then kind of just climbed up the ladder, and here I am.
Do you dance for fun or for work?
No, I dance as kind of like a passion. I don't like to call it a hobby. I think hobbies just disappear, come and go. This thing hasn't left me, so yeah, I don't dance professionally. I used to. I like to say I'm a retired dancer.
You used to compete?
Yeah, heavy. High school. I started competing in high school, but like really got serious about competing in college and right out of college, and then kind of stopped competing kind of when I was like 25, 26. Crazy time in my life around that. Underground dance competitions are like super disorganized. They're kind of in the hood. It's in a basketball gym or something, and it's really late, and it's just not organized right. You know, it's very like low quality events.
And the dance scenes, so this is outsider looking in, you know, I don't know anything about the dance scene, but you would have to be in places like LA, right? I would imagine.
LA is cool. Yeah, LA has a cool dance scene, very commercial. New York, you would think would be big too, because it's kind of like the home of hip hop. But it's still very disorganized. You know, there's a couple places that have structure, but yeah, it's dance scenes kind of all over the place. And I decided I wanted to get more experience in events that were concrete, more solid, you know, some higher level events.
I saw all these pictures you were taking. You were doing like handstands. in Asia, and I was like, whoa, this guy is freaking living the life.
Yeah, it's kind of like a b-boy thing. It's like there's a couple of dancers who do like, they just do poses and stuff in front of places they are, and then I wanted to kind of start like a story of like, oh, okay, I remember this place and this place I did this. I think it's very important just to be, in the moment, like I was saying, freestyling. So like all those moments are never, I don't plan those moments. Just like, oh, this is a cool place, let's take a picture, It's kind of how I gravitate towards shooting around monuments and stuff and places you are. And, like sometimes I just take pictures of my food like
I do that too all the time.
But I love watching the dance scene. I remember, when we were younger, America's Best Dance Crew came on, the Jabberwockies, then you have like Quest Crew coming on season 3. That's so amazing. And is that kind of how you got into it also, like just from watching first?
Yeah. I call it where we were part of the second media wave. So like the media wave that we were in, where it was like you said, America's Best Dance Crew, You Got Served.
Yes.
All these like 2000s era, like that was our generation. So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah.
The first couple seasons, and then it kind of like steeled out a bit, and then now you see a resurgence of it through World of Dance on NBC.
Yeah. Oh man, World of Dance is where I discovered Sean Liu and Casey Rice. I'm obsessed with these two. They're just so crazy. And they're what, 16, 17-year-olds?
Yeah, I always say kids are always the better ones at dancing. They're just not, they're uninhibited. Kids are uninhibited.
Yeah, I just can watch them for hours.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to expose me like that.
Hours and days.
It's fun to watch.
I just, talking about that show, I just went to Japan, and there's this giant dance competition called Just a Boo. And they were having their Japan qualifier, and the Lei twins, the guys that dance.
Yes.
I saw them live in person for the first time, and like they're crazy, man. Like I can't describe to you. Like they have telepathy. They can talk
read
to each
mind.
other like without talking, like with their mouths. Like they just like, it's crazy. It's fucking scary sometimes. It's like two robots, like, and they're like passing off energy towards each other, but like they're like doing it kind of like on the freestyle, but it's kind of planned, Is
your job that flexible? You can just take 4 weeks like that, or it was pre-planned in advance?
It was pre-planned. It made the company a lot of money this year, so I'm just like,
I'm going for a month.
This trip was actually kind of freestyled as well.
Wow. So when you say you're living in the moment, you really are just living in the moment.
Yeah, like I think you should. I think when you plan too far ahead, it's like, why? Like you should have a dream, see the big picture, but like I like to, be in the moment and just kind of.
I'm loving this vibe. I love that because, piggybacking off of what you just said about kids being uninhibited, I think that sometimes you need to just remember and not lose that childlike wonder. And then James and I have this discussion all the time. I think sometimes when you just get too serious with life, you're just way too stressed out, and sometimes it paralyzes you.
Yeah, I think adulthood is serious, like it could get really serious, and that's why I like being around kids. Like I like to be around the youth, to feel their energy. They don't have all the pressures of life hitting them.
All the BS. Yeah.
My best friend he lived in Korea because of the army. He's a Korean citizen, and he was just like, "Oh, you should come visit me. My time's up. Like I'm pretty much done with the army, and I was like, oh, why not? I'll go. I've never been to Korea, so I originally was supposed to go to Korea first, and then looking up tickets and flights, and I found it was cheaper to fly to Taiwan first
Hey,
and go from Taiwan to Korea. So
is your family from Taiwan?
yeah,
Do you speak the dialect, Taiwanese?
I can understand it. I can
Same,
speak
same.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
It suffices. But no, I have family up there, so I was hanging out with my uncle that I haven't seen in like 15 plus years.
So this trip was good for you. It was very good for you.
Yeah, it was cool. You know, I like caught up with some ancestors, you know, saw like my grandma.
Ancestors?
Went to the motherland and, you know,
You went to
the
their shrine, you talked to them.
Did you eat some really good food in Taiwan?
Oh yeah. I only had 2 days in Taiwan. So I didn't get to explore the food scene as much as I could have.
Any night markets?
Yeah, I went to a night market. I went to a dance practice. I have no clue which night market. People ask me all the time. I'm like, I have no idea.
So this is your first time back to Taiwan in 20 years. How are you acquainted with the dance scene? How do you know there's dance practice?
I know, just through dance. It's crazy. I thought about this. Like, just through dance, I know somebody wherever I'm going to go. Like, there's someone's gonna connect me with somebody where I can meet somebody.
Does that help with where you're staying? You have you're always couch surfing, or?
Not necessarily. Like it depends. Like I stay with my best friend in Korea.
Okay.
And he has a big apartment in like outside Seoul. So it was nice. In Taiwan, I stay with my uncle. We had an Airbnb in Tokyo and Osaka, and then I got my own hotel in Hawaii. So you know, I think it's good to vary it up, and all my housing accommodation was kind of freestyle too.
We're gonna be doing a new segment called Lightning Questions. Okay. And Danny, I actually looked into your Facebook profile. I dig all the way to 2009 to come up with this. So this segment is called Lightning Questions, and basically I'm going to tell you this or that. And like you said, freestyling, you're just going to say, you're going to pick one, no thinking and no explaining, just one or the other. So I got 10 questions for you. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, number 1, Hawaii or Japan?
Ooh, Hawaii.
Hip-hop music or classical music?
Hip-hop.
Okay. Number 3, Korea or Taiwan?
Taiwan.
DJing or breaking?
Breaking.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Number 5, Starbucks coffee or naked juice?
Starbucks.
Tupac or Biggie Smalls?
Ooh, Tupac.
Work or play?
Oh, come on. Play.
Philly or New York?
New York.
I hope you know these two people. Aquafina or CL?
Aquafina.
Okay. Smoking or drinking?
Smoking.
So some of the questions I saw, you kind of like had a question mark on your face, Danny.
Yeah.
But like the naked one, you have a note, I think from 2009 on your Facebook, and you said something about the naked juice. And then I was like, all right, let me ask this guy.
Yeah, I had a bad moment. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you want to explain?
You talking about the picture where I ran up like 10 flights of stairs like 3 times?
No. I wasn't even talking about that.
I rewarded myself with like 2 bottles of naked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that part of the training or what?
With my work hard, play hard mentality.
Please check out our merch on Teespring. The link is in the description below. We got t-shirts, we got sweaters. Yeah, please support us. We really appreciate it.
Check out our hoodies. They come in 3 colors: red, blue, and black.
Yes.
Yeah, Annie did a banging job designing them.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I helped out too. Okay. Good night.
Oh, Annie and Jeff, I'm sorry.